Hello, my friend. Welcome to your sleep story. My name is Stephen Dalton. I'm an Irish storyteller, and it's my great privilege to be the voice that you listen to as you go to sleep tonight. A place that I love to visit whenever I can is Tuscany in Italy. There is something unbelievably timeless about that place. It is utterly charming and beautiful, and not to mention the people who are always welcoming and kind. And so tonight I continue my Sleepy Hotel series, and tonight you will be the only guest at the Hotel of Sleep in Tuscany, Italy. And perhaps in the comments you could let me know where you are in the world tonight and what time it is as you listen. Okay, let's do the relaxation session now before tonight's sleep story. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and as I do, allow yourself to let go more and more. 10. Feel the support of the bed beneath you, or the floor, or whatever you lie upon tonight. And beneath that, feel the constant support of the earth. For this support is always there. The support that our home, the earth, gives to us. And as you become aware of that support, see if you can let go a little more now. Release anywhere you might be holding. A little more now. 9. You are safe. Tonight, allow my voice to be a friend, to be a guide that takes you towards comfort, towards peace, towards escape and letting go. Know this, that my voice will only ever take you to safe places, kind places, places of wonder and magic. 8. The day is done. Whatever has been, has been. Whatever will be, will be. So whatever thoughts you might be having tonight about the past, about the future, know that they are not useful right now. Don't try and fight them. See them for what they are. Thoughts, not you, separate from you. Things that you can easily let go of right now. So as they arrive, see them, and then watch them go, like leaves on a moonlit river, or clouds passing by through a starlit sky. 7. Peace lives within you. It is always there. It is a constant friend. It is just waiting to be found, waiting to be felt. So tonight, see if you can find that peace that lives within you. Allow that peace to be a source of comfort tonight, to let it glow gently within you, and to pass throughout your body, allowing your body and mind to relax and let go now. 6. This is your moment. This is your time. You deserve rest. You deserve peace. We all do. Allow that fact to enable you to let go more and more now, to ease into this very moment more and more. 5. You don't have to carry anything anymore. You have nowhere to go, nothing to do. In this moment, you are free. This is your time. Luxuriate in that fact. Find the coziness in that fact. 4. Perhaps allow a little gratitude now. Gratitude for the simple things. The shelter you have tonight. Those you love. The breath in your body. 3. Begin to engage with your imagination now. Begin to see the beautiful land of Tuscany. Begin to smell the smells, to feel the warm air on your skin, to feel utterly indulged in this place, far away from all that you know. 2. Checking in with your body one more time now. Your body has worked hard for you today. It's time to give it rest. And 1. Completely letting go now, as I tell you tonight's sleep story. There are some places in the world that seem to exist out of time, softly tucked between dreams and waking, far from the noise of modern life. And tonight, you're about to arrive at one of them. A narrow road winds through the golden hills of Tuscany. The sun is sinking low, casting long, warm shadows across olive groves and old stone walls. Your car hums quietly as it winds through the countryside, past fields of lavender, rows of cypresses, and vineyards glowing under the dusk. You breathe in deeply. The air here smells of rosemary and sun-warmed earth, with just a hint of wood smoke in the distance. And as you crest a hill, you see it, the Sleepy Hotel, Italy. This one appears as a villa, aged stone and terracotta roof tiles, ivy winding up its outer walls, flickering lanterns glowing in the dim light. Just what you'd expect, really, from the Sleepy Hotel in Italy. It's as if it was grown, not built, as if the land itself created it to offer rest to weary souls. You pull up beside an old fountain where water trickles gently from the mouth of a lion carved into marble. A pathway of smooth stones leads you beneath an arched pergola covered in grapevines, where dusk-colored grapes hang like ornaments in the fading light. And there, waiting with perfect timing, is Mr. Slumber. He smiles softly as you step from the car, holding a tray with a cool glass of lavender lemonade. His sweater tonight is linen, loose and soft, the color of worn parchment, and his eyes hold the same knowing sparkle as always. "Benvenuto," he says gently, offering the glass. "Welcome, dear guest. We've been expecting you." You take the drink. It's cool and lightly floral, refreshing in a way that seems to calm your chest, your breath, your very thoughts. You follow him under the pergola, the soft click of your steps on stone, slowing with each breath. The villa seems to glow from within, candles flicker behind shuttered windows, and the sound of a classical guitar drifts from somewhere in the distance, faint, gentle, like the music is being carried on the warm evening air. "I must admit," you say softly, "I'm curious." Mr. Slumber raises an eyebrow, amused. "I've seen you before, in Iceland, on a stormy coast, in Africa, at the edge of a glacier, and at the foot of the pyramids. How is it you're always here?" Mr. Slumber's smile deepens. "Ah, yes, that question." He walks slowly beside you as the path curves toward the villa's great front door, made of old wood with a carved sun at its center. "Some say there is one of me in every sleepy hotel, that we're all part of the same soul. Others say I travel by dream, that I exist between thoughts, that time moves differently in these places." He looks at you then, with eyes the color of candlelight reflected in water. "The truth?" he says, pausing. "The sleepy hotels are not like other places. They aren't built. They appear when you need them, and when you do, I am simply there." You smile, feeling the mystery settle around you like a favorite blanket. It doesn't need to be explained. You reach the entrance. The great door swings open as you approach, and a warm breeze flows out to greet you, scented with lavender, saffron, and the faintest trace of wood-fired bread. Inside, the floor is made of worn terracotta tiles, soft beneath your steps. Archways lead into candlelit rooms filled with books, paintings, and soft armchairs. A cat dozes on a velvet cushion beside a quiet fireplace. You are the only guest tonight. Mr. Slumber turns to you with quiet pride. "This villa was once home to a poet," he says. "Now it is home to dreams." And as he gently takes your luggage, both physical and otherwise, he gestures toward a staircase, winding upward into the villa. "Shall we show you to your room?" You follow Mr. Slumber up the curved stone staircase, your steps softened by a runner made of woven wool, faded from years of sun and silence. The walls curve gently with the shape of the tower, lit by lanterns set into deep niches. Each flickers softly, casting long shadows and golden light over old paintings, images of olive trees, lovers walking at dusk, and skies thick with stars. The air grows stiller as you climb, thick with that curious hush that only buildings carry. Not silence exactly, more like a gentle remembering. At the top of the stairs, Mr. Slumber stops before a tall, arched wooden door with an iron handle shaped like a quill. "This," he says quietly, "is the room of forgotten stories." He opens the door for you. The room is softly lit, and the air is warm. Not from heat, but something else. You feel as though maybe someone was just here, telling a story, and leaving the last word suspended in the air. The space is both elegant and simple. A high wooden ceiling with old beams, tall windows with linen curtains drifting in the breeze, a shelf-lined wall filled with hand-bound journals, and in the center, a wide, welcoming bed facing a carved writing desk. On the desk, a fountain pen rests in a glass inkwell. Nearby, a stack of slender books waits. Mr. Slumber walks to the shelves and selects one at random, running his fingers down the cracked leather spine. "These stories," he says, "were once dreamed and then forgotten. They are the stories that drift through the night, hoping to be remembered. But don't worry, they aren't sad. They just want to be heard, even if only once." He places the book on the desk, then gestures toward the bed. "You may read it yourself, or, if you'd like, I can have one of our readers come in and tell it to you aloud." You sit on the edge of the bed. The sheets are cool, the pillows soft, the scent of lavender from the window just strong enough to make your eyelids flutter. The room already feels like a lullaby. You choose to have it read to you. Moments later, a soft knock at the door. A woman enters, middle-aged, with kind eyes, and a shawl wrapped around her shoulders. She introduces herself as Julia, the hotel's storykeeper. She settles into the armchair across from your bed, opens the journal with a reverent sigh, and begins to read. The story is simple. A woman who finds an old letter tucked into the wall of her Tuscan kitchen, written by someone long gone. It's a letter full of poetry and longing, and how she follows its trail to a small village by the sea, where something she didn't know she had lost is returned to her. As you listen to Julia, you feel yourself drifting, not quite asleep, not quite awake, floating on the melody of Julia's voice. The wind brushes against the windows. A vine outside scratches gently against the glass. Your eyes grow heavy. The story slows. The candle beside the bed flickers lower. Julia finishes the tale and quietly sets the journal down. She rises, pulling the blanket up over your shoulders, and before leaving, she pauses in the doorway. Some say, she whispers, that your own forgotten stories might be waiting on those shelves too. Then she is gone. You lie still in the hush that follows, your breath as soft as the wind, and in your heart a quiet echo remains, a memory of something you didn't know you'd forgotten, but are so glad to have found. The next time you open your eyes, the room is bathed in the honey-colored light of twilight. Time, as always in the sleepy hotel, has softened, slowed, You don't know whether you've drifted in and out of sleep, or simply hovered in that delicate space between. There's a knock at the door. Not sharp, but warm. 3 slow taps. Mr. Slumber steps inside, his footsteps quiet on the old wooden floor. He carries a soft robe folded over his arm, smelling faintly of lemon blossom and clean linen. "If you'd like," he says, "the garden is ready for you now." You rise, stretch, and wrap yourself in the robe. It's thick and soft, like wearing the very idea of peace. He leads you back down the spiral staircase and out through the villa's rear courtyard, where flowering rosemary bushes sway gently in the early evening breeze. Beyond a vine-covered gate lies a hidden garden, and in its center, nestled among low stone walls and swaying olive trees, sits the Olive Garden Spa. Lanterns hang from the trees, their golden glow drifting across stone paths and flower beds. The air is rich with the scent of thyme, bergamot, warm earth, and distant fires. A gentle fountain gurgles in a corner, its rhythm slow and dreamlike. You are greeted by Luca, the spa's therapist. He guides you to a massage table beneath the pergola, wrapped in flowering vines. The stone beneath is warm from the day's sun. The birds have quieted now, replaced by the whisper of leaves and the distant clinking of wind chimes. Olive oil from the grove, Lucas says, holding up a small ceramic bottle. Infused with lemon verbena and a touch of honeyed sage. You lie down, and everything begins to melt. Luca's hands work with such gentle precision that it almost feels like your body has become breath itself. nothing but warm, drifting air. Each muscle softens under his touch, not just physically, but emotionally, as if the very tension that held thoughts in place is now letting go. There's no pressure, no rush, only release. Above you, through the wooden beams, the sky is deepening into purple. The first stars begin to appear. And after the massage, your feet are gently lowered into a copper basin filled with warm water and smooth stones. Tiny lavender buds and wild thyme float at the surface. Luca pours a final rinse from a jug of warm olive blossom water, and the scent rises around you like a dream. Then, wrapped in soft towels, you are led to a cushioned seat near a low fire pit. A small plate is brought to you. Slices of ripe fig drizzled with honey, warm bread with rosemary, and a little cup of chamomile and fennel. Mr. Slumber joins you by the fire, sitting quietly, not needing to speak. You sip the tea and stare into the flames. And for a moment, all the stories, all the places, all the noise of the world feels very far away. Here, in this garden, surrounded by trees that have stood for centuries, you feel ancient and young all at once. A breeze passes, a leaf falls, and you close your eyes again. Not to sleep, not yet, but to listen to the hush of the olive trees as they tell their own slow, leafy lullaby. You don't remember rising from your seat by the garden fire, only the sensation of moving slowly, dreamily. Mr. Slumber leads you through the villa's inner courtyard, and above, the sky is a deep indigo, the first stars twinkling softly. The scent of jasmine drifts from the garden walls, blending with the faint smokiness of the lanterns that light your path. At the far side of the courtyard, a pair of heavy wooden doors creaks open. Beyond them, a long, quiet room stretches out. Cool stone underfoot, soft candlelight flickering on the walls, and shelves upon shelves of old books bound in leather and velvet. This is the villa library, and it feels older than even the villa itself. "Come," Mr. Slumber says, gesturing to two chairs placed beside a low burning hearth. You sink into yours. The cushion beneath you gives, with just the right softness, the arms worn smooth by time and care. Mr. Slumber takes a small book from a shelf and holds it in his lap, unopened. He doesn't read from it, not yet. Instead, he looks toward the fire, then speaks in a voice quieter than before, almost as if he's telling a secret to the night. "Have you ever wondered," he says, "how the sleepy hotels came to be?" You nod slowly. He smiles. "Once, long ago, there were no places left in the world to truly rest. Not just sleep, but that deep kind of rest that lets the soul remember itself. So, a group of wanderers, some say they were architects, others say poets, and still others say something older, decided to build a space between waking and dreaming, a space that could travel, a space that could change shape. You glance around at the candlelight, at the old walls, at the faint echo of wind against the shutters. Mr. Slumber continues. They say the first hotel was nothing more than a room carved into the side of a hill, a stone bed, a fire, and a promise. But it listened. It grew. And over time, others followed, He leans forward slightly. Some believe each sleepy hotel is a different place. Others believe they are the same hotel, seen through different dreams. And as for me, he chuckles softly. Well, I suppose I am wherever rest is needed most. You smile, remembering again how strange it is, and how comforting that he's always there, at the coast, in the snow, in the jungle, and now here. But how can that be? You whisper, almost to yourself. Mr. Slumber's eyes crinkle at the edges. Ah, he says gently, perhaps you've forgotten. Dreams are not bound by geography, or clocks, or logic. They are places of presence, and so are we. He opens the small book in his lap now, revealing a page filled with gently faded handwriting. There is a record, he says, of every guest who has stayed at a sleepy hotel, but not in names, in feelings, in transformations, in sighs of release, in quiet awakenings. He closes the book again and places it on the table between you. Then silence. The kind of silence that holds you like a woolen shawl. You sit there together by the fire as the wind brushes softly against the walls of the villa, and the stars above shine on, undisturbed by time. Eventually, Mr. Slumber rises and offers you a hand. One more moment remains, he says, before sleep takes you. Mr. Slumber leads you through a quiet passage of the villa. The stone beneath your feet still warm from the day's sun. The hallway narrows, then opens into a rooftop terrace, private, silent, and glowing with soft lantern light. And there it is, your bed, beneath the open sky. A canopied structure of pale linen and aged wood rests at the center of the terrace, surrounded by terracotta pots brimming with lavender and lemon balm. The canopy curtains billow gently in the night breeze, their edges glowing golden in the light of the flickering lanterns hung from the posts. The bed itself is wide and low, draped in thick white linen sheets and an embroidered quilt that looks hand-stitched with tiny olive branches. The pillows are heaped generously, promising depth and softness, and dreams too lazy to rush. Above you, the Tuscan sky is alive. No city lights, no noise, just an infinity of stars, bold and clear, as if they've come closer just for you. They blink and pulse in the deep blue, like distant candles swaying in rhythm with the breath of the earth. This is where the poet used to sleep, Mr. Slumber says quietly, setting a small glass jar of warm milk and honey on the nightstand beside you. They believed words came more easily beneath the stars. He smiles. But tonight, there's no need for words. You lie back, slowly, letting the mattress receive you. The weight of the quilt settles over your body like a promise. You shift your head onto the pillows and feel the tension that might still linger in your jaw, your neck, your thoughts begin to fade. Mr. Slumber draws the canopy closed part way, just enough to cradle you without closing you off from the sky. The breeze rustles through the curtains. The scent of the herbs beside your bed rises like a blessing. He stands for a moment in the doorway, watching over you, and says softly, "You've wandered far tonight, through memory, story, stillness, and lore. But this is where you'll stay. The stars will keep watch, and when you wake, they'll remember your dreams for you." He gives a slow, knowing nod, then steps back through the archway. The door gently clicking shut behind him. You're alone now, but you don't feel alone. The crickets sing in the fields below. An owl calls in the distance. The old stones of the villa breathe around you, holding the warmth of stories, of footsteps, of quiet joys. Your eyes drift to the stars again. Somewhere, you think you see a slow shooting one. And in that moment, the bed beneath you feels like it could float, lifted by soft air and moonlight, away from worry, away from time. You breathe in and out. In again. And with each breath, you feel lighter, softer, quieter. Until the stars above become indistinct. The world narrows to the rhythm of your breath, and you sink slowly, sweetly into sleep.